The University of Montana acknowledges that we are in the Aboriginal territories of the Salish and Kalispel people. And today we honor the path that they have always shown us in caring for this place for the generations to come. Good evening, Harmony Under the Big Sky. Welcome to the grand finale of the 2023 Montana International Choral Festival. I'm Michael Marsalic from Montana Public Radio. It's been my honor to meet with and talk with and to broadcast many of these fine singers from around the world this week. And once again, Missoula has welcomed and supported the musicians in the festival in so many ways. Missoula, you make us proud. Thanks to the Roots Ensemble for the music that you had a few minutes ago here in the theater. Well, we have an exciting evening ahead of us. We get to hear each of the festival choirs perform tonight. There will be some very special tributes, a few surprises, and the more than 350 singers will combine for an incredible farewell. There have been nearly 40 concerts and performances in the last 4 days. I hope you've had a chance to hear some of these fine singers in the many venues, outdoors and, thankfully, indoors. By the numbers, 12 choirs representing 9 countries, singers ages 9 to, I don't think they wanted me to say. The International Choral Festival is a non-profit organization dedicated to the promoting artistic excellence, global understanding, friendship, and goodwill through choral music. Isn't that a fabulous mission?
The most life-affirming experience in the choir. I think anyone who sings in the choir say it's such a moving experience. Just the noise that you make and the camaraderie, and I think that was the thing I enjoyed the most, was singing in that choir and singing on a Saturday afternoon at the concert was really beautiful. There's so much beautiful choral music around, and just being part of a group of people who love to do that, it's just something gives you that fire in your belly to want to do more.
Thank you for the subtitles of Elton John there. We'll get to hear next from each choir. It's a final opportunity at this year's festival to share with us the beautiful voices that have come together this week. There are a number of people behind the scenes with the logistics and this amazing parade of singers. I am really hoping I don't have a Von Trapp family singers moment. The Missoula Mendelssohn Club has been the host choir since the first festival in 1987. Please welcome the gentlemen of the Missoula Mendelssohn Club under the direction of Thomas Hansen. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have from Georgia, the choir of Mikeladze Central Music School with conductor Audrey Jemshelis Didi. Please welcome Georgia. helpful. And now, from Palmdale, California, we welcome to the stage the Sunday Night Singers, led by Mike McCullough. The Sunday Night Singers. Monday Night Singers, folks. From California. I don't know about some of you, it's all I can do to not sing the bass notes, so I'm sitting right there.
The Montana International Choral Festival connects people, singers and instrumentalists, organizers and volunteers, Missoula locals and visitors from around the globe. And if those connections were ever personified in one human being, that may have been Carolee Muer. Beginning in the early 1970s, Carolee played an active role in Missoula's vibrant arts community, teaching organ and piano and playing as an accompanist at many services and events, including hundreds of rehearsals and performances at Missoula's famed children's theater and community theater. Carolee sang in the Missoula Symphony Chorale, the Cantanti Renaissance Choir, and other choral groups. She served as executive director of the Missoula Symphony Association. If there was music happening in Missoula, Montana, odds are good Carolee would be there. Because of her passionate involvement in the arts community, Carolee's path crossed with Don Carey's often, and when the International Choral Festival was born, Carolee became a key player. Reaching out to her network of friends and colleagues, Carolee organized orchestra musicians, festival staff, and volunteers. She helped in outreach efforts, sending visiting choirs to smaller Western Montana communities. She helped with housing, and she helped with food. From 1986 to 2006, Carolee was involved in the International Choral Festival as a performer, an organizer, a volunteer, a board member, and, eventually, the festival coordinator in 2000. Carolee's husband, Gerald, describes it like this.
Basically, the glue that made things run, the sort of chief organizer working with all the different committees.
What drew Carolee to the International Choral Festival and kept the festival close to her heart was the energy of the festival itself and of the people, the community, the city that made it happen year after year. Carolee's husband, Gerald, recalls, I think people were pretty naive in the early days. They didn't know they couldn't do this. They didn't know how much work it would be. They didn't know that the community would open itself the way that it did. They just went out and did it. And I think their enthusiasm was infectious.
There were also some very distressful moments, which we always overcame in line with the spirit of what we were doing.
A gifted musician with a generous spirit, Carolee Muer helped to build the International Choral Festival and helped to build the bridges that connect the people who continue to make it possible.
And now we continue with the fine choirs. Up next, David Ramirez Alpizar will lead Coro Intermezzo from Costa Rica. Please welcome Costa Rica.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Costa Rica. We're very happy to be sharing our music with you. We want to thank especially all the host families who've been in charge of our group. We want to share the Costa Rican calypso, a rhythm from the Caribbean coast. The lyrics, they talk about a tiny animal. I bet there are plenty here in Montana too, right? Especially in the summer. the mosquito of dengue. Dengue is a disease that came from South America. And the lyrics of the song say, it came from Colombia, then to Venezuela, flew over Panama, flew over Costa Rica to Nicaragua, but it came down to Costa Rica, and there it bit my mom, my sister, and me.
Thanks for Rica, everybody. Thanks for Rica.
Boy, a lot of smiling tonight, huh? Our next choir is the wonderful children's choir Ugnele from Lithuania, under the direction of Valeria Skapiene. Please welcome Lithuania. you. Such beautiful voices tonight. Oh, wonderful. Our next choir, traveling to Missoula from Estonia. Please welcome to the stage, STuudio Girls Choir and conductor Kuli Lako. The choir from Estonia. folks. The studio of Veus-Cor from Estonia. While still ahead, we will hear the choirs from Poland, the University of Montana, Germany, Salt Lake City, Catalonia, and Taiwan. Also, a parade of nations and the grand finale with nearly 400 singers in this room, serenading from every corner. We're going to now take about a 15-minute short intermission. Be sure to pick up the special merchandise from the festival, make a donation, grab some recordings, refreshments, stretch your legs, go outside if you dare. Thank you, 15 minutes. All right, everyone, welcome back. Welcome back for some more amazing music tonight. I'd like to say thank you for your support and for your contributions that help make this possible. And remember to please thank the many, many fine sponsors that are listed in your program when you see them. It is the outpouring of support from the community, from businesses, that makes this possible. So thank them when you see them. You may not... The International Choral Festival is a non-competitive showcase festival with the purpose of bringing people together to share in friendship and harmony. Well, it's time to hear some more of our fine singers from around the world to serenade for us tonight. Up next, representing Poland, the Poznan Boys Choir, under the direction of Jacek Sokolski. Please welcome Poland.
Kazali se pięknie
Poland.
I saw a study from not too long ago that there were 45 million people in America that participate one way or another in a choir. 17% of the population. And at the count I saw, it was about 5 years ago, pre-pandemic certainly, there were 320,000 choirs in America. I'd say that this is the most popular hobby. Yeah. Who's a singer? Raise your hand if you're a singer. Look at all the singers. We continue now. From Missoula, we have our own University of Montana Chamber Chorale next, with director Corrine Duffy. Please welcome the UM Chamber Choir. chamber choir. So many of our choirs have traveled so far to be here in Missoula, Montana to join us at the festival. It's about 147 feet for them next door. Up next, please welcome Germany. Welcome the ChorWerk Saar Chamber Choir under the direction of Georg Grun. Ladies and gentlemen, Germany.
First of all, our gratitude, because this will be our last chance, to the International Choral Festival of Missoula, to David's, to the boards, to the staff members, and to the volunteers, and most importantly to our host families. Thank you very much. We had a great week full of music, of friendship, full of adventures, and also food. Possible if we all, that includes you in the audience and also us on stage and behind the scenes, we all did share the passion for music. And in order to do so, we all have to live at peace with each other and have an argument. So our message, our final contribution that we want to give to this festival would be our old prayer for peace. Grant us thy peace, O Lord. So thy peace. Thank you very much.
International Choral Festival brings people together from 6 continents through the overwhelming power of music to empower human connection. World-class musicians bring their culture to Western Montana and experience ours. Here, choirs from countries once oppressed by dictatorships have sung their national anthems loud and proud and free to do so on American soil. Here, people who have lived all their lives in our valley have danced, their hands raised in joy, with choirs from Botswana, Lithuania, Estonia, China, and from across the globe. Co-founder John Talbot helped make the festival not only possible, but enormously successful. Don Carey's son Steve remembers the Talbots.
Without John Talbot and Sue Talbot, it's not likely that the festival would have happened. The two of them together really put their shoulders behind the ideas that drove the festival and the initial enthusiasm and transformed that enthusiasm into real action.
John sang with the Mendelssohn Club for many years and was on that fateful trip to Europe in 1985 when Don Carey manifested the idea of an international choral festival in Missoula. Don set the festival in motion by inviting choirs to Missoula first and planning the festival later. John's wife Sue tells the story of the luncheon that started it all.
I kind of noticed that Don was enjoying a good glass of wine, going from table to table. And as I learned later, he was going to the choirs that he had heard, and you were the best ones, and giving them this little speech. In 3 years, we're going to have an international choral festival in Missoula, Montana. And I've heard your choir, and it's wonderful, and I'd like to have you come. Give me your card, and we'll be in touch. And that's the story of our birth.
John began organizing the Homestay Network for visiting choirs, a key component to the festival's reach and power. John's wife Sue recalls, when we called people and said, "Wouldn't you like to be a part of this?" there were very few who said no. And they weren't all singers either. There were people who said, "Oh, I'll put on a barbecue. I'll take 10 people at my house."
When we had outdoor concerts, when we had them at the university, they were always wonderfully attended. And when we saw the response of the community, we said, we got to do this again. Will we survive recovering in 3 years? And we did.
The Homestay Network gave traveling choirs a taste of local Missoulian culture. Sue remembers piling folks from all over the world into cars and taking them to local events like powwows and rodeos.
They got a good trip and they had a good time shopping. The women who came from these foreign countries were absolutely delighted with American stores.
John's life was a testament to travel and performance. He enjoyed singing in choral groups and was able to do this every place he lived. He was a boy soprano at age 8 and a lead in a Gilbert and Sullivan musical. He spent years with the Missoula Mendelssohn Club, Symphony Chorale, and Holy Spirit Episcopal Church. By giving his time and leadership to the International Choral Festival, John Talbot changed thousands of lives, creating lifelong friendships and breaking down geographical barriers with song.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, from Salt Lake City, Utah, under the direction of Brady Allred, please welcome the Salt Lake Vocal Artists from Salt Lake City. City, Utah. The Salt Lake vocalists. Hasn't this been such a wonderful evening already? Up next, we have our choir from Catalonia. Please welcome Veus-Cor Amics de Unió. Veus from Catalonia. The family von Trapp. Please welcome Catalonia.
We are Veus, the children's choir from Amics de Unió, Granollers, Barcelona. We are very grateful to participate in this Montana International Choral Festival. We would especially like to thank the organization of this festival for inviting us. We will now sing Song of Hope, which for us is an anthem, since it has a very important and powerful message that there is still hope to change the world and make it better. This hope is by giving voice to children and young people. We hope you enjoy.
In times of
Yes, from Catalonia. It has really been an incredible festival week with all sorts of things, of course, starting on Wednesday. So many activities. I counted nearly 40 opportunities where choirs were singing, and that doesn't count the impromptu singing that happened all over town. We're so thrilled to have all of these wonderful choirs here. Our final choir traveled over 6,000 miles to be here from Taiwan. Please welcome the Formosa Singers, conducted by Julian Ching-Chan Su. Formosa Singers from Taiwan.
song we're about to sing is called Dawn and Dusk, which is song about the Indonesia jungle, where from the morning to the evening. So we can see later on you will see you'll hear a lot of animal cries, so don't be surprised. Thank you.
singers from Taiwan.
Hey, Cheryl Bell, J.J. Simmons here, or as Dave Idleman. Many of you know me, Kim Simmons, University of Montana, class of 78. I really, really wish I could be there in Missoula, Montana. Believe me, I'm in Georgia right now. So, for so many reasons, I wish I were there in the last best place with all of you. I hope it's been a great festival, and I know among the festivities tonight you're honoring the late, great Don Carey. And, my God, just a genius musician, an astounding mentor and teacher, and an all-around wonderful guy. Honestly, for real, the highlight, the peak experience of my life as a creative artist, as a performing artist, was working with Don, singing in his choirs, and one particular concert where many of us had an artistic, aesthetic experience that I don't know. 68 years old, I haven't equaled it yet. I'm still out there trying to reach that level of nirvana that many of us reached in Spokane, Washington in whatever, 1970, whatever it was. So I'm so glad that you're honoring the wonderful Professor Carey, sir. And I hope it's been a great event, and enjoy. Cheers.
If you've experienced the International Choral Festival, you have known Don Carey. Don started the International Choral Festival the way he lived his life, with passion, vision, charisma, and spirit, fueled by the power of music and human connection. In the early 1980s, Don traveled with the Mendelssohn Club on a European choral tour, singing in France, Germany, Russia, and across Europe. The tour ended in Nancy, France, where Don was inspired by the mix of choral musicians from all around the world. Don knew then that he would create an international choral festival in Missoula, but he would start with invitations. At a luncheon for the choirs, Don walked around to the tables of the best choirs and spoke with the conductors, touting his first annual International Choral Festival, with Missoula families, yet to be recruited, providing lodging and meals. Don's son Steve talks about his memory of the time.
He invited all the choirs, and then on the bus ride home, told the Mendelssohn Club, all right, we're having a festival. The choirs are all coming, so get hot. I think it was worth doing to him because he knew that he could bring world-class choirs to Missoula and make it work, right? And then, not that he would make it work, but the experience in Missoula and doing this in Missoula would make it work. Sometimes when I play out, I'm not really certain of success, and Dad was always certain of success.
Don Carey challenged people's personal barriers, the way they thought about themselves and their limitations.
He knew he would be able to push people in Missoula beyond their comfort. He knew people in Missoula would respond very positively, and I think that's why he was confident. That was the source of his confidence, because he was always able to encourage the people that he brought with him on journeys to push beyond their comfort zone and achieve things that they weren't certain that they themselves might achieve. So I think that's where this certainly came from.
Missoula is one of the few places in the world that a festival like the International Choral Festival could happen. It punches above its weight in the arts. What attracted Don Carey to the University of Montana and his job there was the talent and passion in the waiting for an event like the International Choral Festival to set that talent on fire. Don recognized Missoula's magic and he put it to work.
You see this happen again and again in Missoula. People doing something that is probably impossible and just not even acknowledging the impossibility of doing it. You've got Missoula Children's Theater, where you show up and at the end of 1 week, have a fully produced play with music and costumes and sets and lines memorized with kids is possible because the kids don't know it's impossible. They don't realize that you just don't do that. You don't show up and put on a play in a week. You look at other things that Missoula has delivered. The carousel. Chuck Caprich just built a carousel and figured it out with the city. You know, he didn't appreciate, I don't think, or didn't care that it's impossible to get a city to just give up land to house something like this, but he did it. Missoula believed it, and Missoula did it. And the same thing happened with this festival. Dad brought in this idea that was pretty crazy of bringing a bunch of foreign choirs to Missoula and housing them in people's houses and filling up these concert venues around the city, in auditoriums, in churches, in schools, whatever. Missoula is one of those special places where there's just no acknowledgement that that's impossible or too hard to do or anything. People just did it. People just made it happen.
Don Carey used music to help his students and everyone who met him overcome their personal self-imposed limitations. He created opportunities for people to step outside their comfort zones. Don used the human connection of choral music to transform people and communities. Don made everyone's world bigger. His homestay network created lifelong friendships that span thousands of miles. He used the power of choral music to create one voice and believed in the deep connection of humans to create one worldwide family. Although this world lost Don Carey in 2022, he's still here in the choral festival he gave us. We still hear his voice.
Hello there, you. It's too bad you're not sitting in this great, huge kitchen on a ranch east of the mountains. But I am. Say I'm again proud for all of your service to this country. We had a great sunset last night in its honor. Talk to you later. Bye.
As we welcome the choirs to join us right here. First to join us once again will be Estonia. Please welcome Lithuania. Taiwan. Salt Lake City, Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, Costa Rica. Montana, University of Montana. Georgia. Let's welcome California. And now, Germany. Welcome, Poland. University of Montana. Next, we welcome the Missoula Mendelssohn Choir. And Missoula singers, representing local choirs as well. Entering the hall, members of the Missoula Symphony Chorus, the Missoula Community Chorus, and Dolce Canto. Before we have a wonderful chance to hear all these amazing singers, I'd like to do a few thank yous. Thanks to the Missoula Downtown Association for including us in the Out to Lunch program, the Missoula Public Library, the Florence Building, Conflux Brewing, Cranky Sam, and the Wren for the use of their facilities, and the choir Choral, Christ the King Church for allowing us to use their facility for rehearsal and dinner, Shannon Brills and the staff of the University of Montana for organizing all the facilities here, the Food Zoo staff and Jesse Hall staff for taking care of all of our youth choirs, choir liaisons for helping all the choirs navigate through the festival, host families for housing and feeding our adult international choirs. Thanks as well to Executive Director Keel Isaac, Festival Manager Sean Stiniford, and Office Manager Isabel Pearson for their months of organizing this festival. Thanks as well to Steve Jacobs and Sound Creations, doing sound amazing tonight. The Choral Festival Board of Directors and Festival President Deborah Stapley Graham for their efforts and guidance. The dozens of volunteers that have helped with concerts, choirs, and dinners, thank you all so much. And the announcers and the staff at the many venues, including St. Anthony Parish and the University of Montana right here, Music Recital Hall, and here at the Dennison Theater. And now I'd like to introduce the music director and conductor of the Missoula Symphony Orchestra, Julia Tai.
Thank you. What a great week we've had right here in Missoula to hear all of these amazing voices and music. So thank you to all the choir. You bring so much music and joy, your voice, your beautiful voice, your language, your culture to us here in Missoula. We want to thank you so much for coming. You saw tonight, we pay a lot of tribute to a lot of important people right here in this organization and in our community. We've lost quite a few of very dear people in our community, and what a legacy they have left us in this town, in this music community. So we want to thank all of these people who come before us and gave us this festival that we will carry on for many, many years to come, I'm sure. So, what an honor for me to conduct this finale, to join all the voices together to sing a song for all of you. So the song we're singing is called Tonight from West Side Story, probably familiar to all of you. And it's a very special arrangement arranged by Don Carey, this arrangement. So we're so thrilled to do this piece as our grand finale. And lastly, I want to thank all of you, the amazing Missoula community who always come out to all the musical events right here in Missoula. Without your support, this wouldn't have happened. So thank to all of you, and give yourself a round of applause.
To the entire of the festival chorus. This is your festival artistic director, David Heidel.
Please, have a seat. It's been a long 4 years. And there are a vast amount of people of faith. A little overcome. This festival means so much to so many of us. And I look out in the audience, and as most of you know, my wife and I live in Spokane, but Missoula really is our home, and this is our homecoming every festival. And the amount of people that come up, and students I haven't seen for 30 years I was meeting, and it's just so wonderful. And so heartfelt thanks to all of you for remembering us and making this our home. But I have a challenge to you. Actually, I have two challenges to you. As you look around, I want you to do everything possible to pass on the spirit of this festival that you see right now to the next generation. Your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. Without them, we will not have this festival. We have to have them. Our world is crying right now. Our world has their hearts broken. Our world is so sad. But you saw tonight, up on the stage, the choirs over in the recital hall, what music, what singing can do to save this world, to bring a little healing, to bring a little joy, if not for a moment, maybe for a lifetime now. So that's my challenge to you. Spread the joy. I thank Mr. Michael Marsalek for all the wonderful things he's done. There are so many volunteers that I'd like to just sit there and point them all out, who dedicated so many hours to this. We have volunteers who come here from Massachusetts, from Virginia, from Missouri, from Wisconsin, from California, just for the festival, and volunteer. That's what this festival means to everybody. This festival started in 1987. I've been so pleased to be part of it since the beginning. Part of that is the finale always closes with Auld Lang Syne. And Don was so happy to share this that he always, of course, wanted the audience to sing as well. And we carry on that tradition because we have to share this joy with everybody. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, before I forget it, at the conclusion of this, as you can see, there's lots of people in here. Audience, if you can just give us a moment so all of the choirs can exit. Otherwise, we're going to have congestion in here and the temperature's going to go even through the roof more. I did one thing right in my life, and that was move it from the Oval to in here. So choirs will sing Auld Lang Syne once through, and then the second time through. Audience, will you please join? Join song, join arms, join elbows, whatever you would like, and join us. Thank you.
David Hyder on your festival chorus. The choirs of 2023. We'd like to ask the audience to wait just a moment so the choirs can move throughout the space, and I have a very special announcement for you. You don't have to wait 4 years for the next festival. You don't have to wait 3 years for the next festival. 2025, 2 years, right now. International Choral Festival in Missoula. Thank you, everyone. Stay cool. Sing with your hearts. And take care.